Hello and welcome to the Computer Guru Show. My name's Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a real person in the process because, well, that's what we do. 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. Once again, it's 520-790-2040. It's your 1 hour free tech support that you get every Saturday by listening to this show. Because, I try to give back.
It's an awesome show.
I try to help.
If I do say so myself.
Well, you should say so yourself. That's all I'm saying. Well, welcome to the show. Hey, Kent, how you doing?
Just fine, Mr. Guru. How are you doing?
Yeah, I got another show on here.
Man,
New show.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah. There was some cooking going on in here.
Had the Barbie going.
I know.
Yeah, Mr. Mark Bishop.
Mark Bishop.
Yeah.
Is he from Boston?
Sorry.
Is he Bostonian or are you just throwing that in there?
Don't do the Aussie one too well, do I?
No. All right, so what are we talking about today, Tara? Because you know what?
Stuff.
I don't have the notes in front of me. So
You never have the notes.
It's your job to have the notes.
They're right here.
All right.
See them
Pick
on
one.
my screen?
Pick one. I'm not even going to look.
Long lost GoPro found after falling from the edge of space.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So, first of all, what was a GoPro doing in space?
Okay, so I guess when GoPros first started, people were trying to do all kinds of crazy things.
Wait, this story goes back that far?
Well, to 2013. It's not that far.
I know, but it's been missing since 2013?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the story goes, they attached this GoPro to a weather balloon to take pictures and video of the Grand Canyon. They released it.
From space?
Well, I don't think they assumed it would go that high.
Oh, okay.
They thought they would be able to find it afterwards. Unfortunately, the weather balloon went high enough that the GoPro kind of went out of orbit.
Nice. All right.
So it fell finally. And so now they've got some really cool pictures of what it looks like from space, of the Grand Canyon and everything, from a GoPro.
Right on. GoPros do have very nice video, I have to admit. Mm-hmm. They're really expensive, though.
Yeah.
Because I want one, but I can't justify dropping, close to $400 on
Yeah, they're pretty pricey.
on a camera.
Even at Walmart, they're pricey. They're just pricey everywhere.
Oh, well, that's cool. So where did they find it?
On the edge of space, it says.
Okay.
Brian Chan, he launched the camera, and he told the story on Reddit. And 2 years later, the woman who worked
I'm
at
just curious
AT&T,
how they found it, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. They found the phone in a barren desert.
In a barren desert.
Yes. And they found the footage and everything, and they were able to
Was there
track
something
down
like
the
a
people.
GPS on it or something?
Yeah, they were able to track it down through the SIM card, and they found the people who it belonged to. I can't talk.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I cannot speak this morning.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy. I don't know. That's something.
I just can't imagine the expense of strapping a $400 camera
Yeah.
to, I don't know how much weather balloons cost. I imagine they're not terribly expensive,
They're
but still.
They're not super cheap either.
And then just saying, okay, here's my, collective $600 just, floating off into space.
I don't think I could do that. I couldn't do it with a clear conscience. I'd be like, no, that's money literally flying away.
Like there is my ability to eat next week.
Yeah.
Floating away.
Well, I guess maybe if you had that much extra money, it wouldn't really be an issue.
I guess.
I don't know.
If you're a 1%er or something.
Set up a website. Fund my
GoFundMe.
project.
Yeah,
Fund my
GoFundMe.
Hey, yeah.
GoFundMe.
Yeah, there we go. India float away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so there's a couple things I want to bring up in the show today. But it's going to have to be a next segment thing because it's
Long and ranty?
It's not even ranty.
Okay, good.
I haven't been feeling ranty lately.
That's a good thing in some respects.
In some respects.
Some of our listeners actually really enjoy your ranting, so...
Yeah, but I don't know. I've been focused on other things.
Well, Christmas is coming up in a couple months,
oh,
and I'm
that'll
sure...
get me
yeah,
ranted.
there
sure.
you go.
I'll just be all over it. I'll be like, you know what? This blatant consumerism. No.
Yep.
No.
Yay, Christmas.
No. Christmas is cool. All right, so we have to talk about the East Side location.
Yes.
Because everybody needs to know it's there. You should, if you have an opportunity, go by and see the East Side location, just so you know where it's at for when the next computer problem you have, you know exactly where to go, right? You can just get autopilot yourself right there.
It's a very nice location.
It
It's
is.
nice inside.
Yeah.
Very nice shop.
I got the sign up now. The sign is all pretty and beautiful. But it's 64 North Harrison. It's in the Albertson Shopping Center at Broadway and Harrison. And I think you should go say hello.
Yes.
I'm sure Howard is just waiting for customers to show up and say hi, and he'd be really happy to not be able to work just because he has to be social.
There you go.
If you ever want a hobby, I say that you go down and bother technicians, right? Because they don't necessarily like to be social, right? Because they're just nerdy and they want to fix things.
They don't get out much.
They don't get a whole lot. And the hobby could be just interrupting nerds at work.
That's a terrible
And you can
hobby.
do that at Computer Guru. Just go down there and bother the nerds, right? Which would include me, right? Because sometimes I'm there. I have been in the last week, right? But not often.
You should.
I'm not often there.
Yeah.
No, I'm usually out being nerd in person,
Yes.
fixing computers.
Driving everywhere.
Mobile nerd.
Right. I am mobile nerd.
You're the only guy I know who has basically an office in his car.
That's not basically an office. It's actually an office. Although I've been scolded by the car dealership about my office, because over the last few weeks, because my car is under warranty still.
Right.
I would say, I guess over the last couple of months, I've had the check engine light come on a few times, and it's always the same problem: some type of emissions pump, something or other.
Gas cap.
It's not the gas cap. Well, I mean, according to them, it's not.
Interesting.
So they replaced it, and they're like, "All right, here you go." And then, like a week later, it came back on again, and so I went back down there, and they replaced it again. And then, like 2 weeks later, it came on again, and now they're like, "All right, what's going on with your car?"
Right.
And so they're looking through my setup there, and and I have the inverter in the back, and the dash cam and all this stuff that's running to the battery, and they're like, "Well, we don't know what's wrong, but this stuff is out of place for a regular vehicle of your type.
Okay.
So we suggest that you don't have this stuff anymore, and maybe that'll fix your problem."
Wah, wah.
So I have to take the office out of my car temporarily, because I'm guessing within the next couple of weeks that light's going to come on again,
And then you'll have to take the car down again.
and then I'll have to take it down again. But it'll vindicate that as a person who has electronics experience and knows how to do this stuff, that I was right.
Right.
And that it wasn't my office causing this problem.
So let me see if I get this straight. You have to clean your car before you go to the dealership, not the dealership cleaning your car when you leave.
Well, they do
Like
that too.
most. Okay.
Yeah, but I have to
okay.
take all the electronics out.
Okay.
Mainly because I don't want them,
Yeah. Well, that's understood.
I can't have things walking away. Yeah, and not that I don't trust the dealership, but you can't have the stuff just in there, because if it disappears, it's my fault for leaving it there.
Right.
So, yeah, I have to take all that stuff out. But now they're telling me I just can't have my office in the car. So, I'm going to take it out for now. I'll just be a regular commuter.
What are you going to do with yourself?
I don't know. I don't know at all.
I'm trying to picture that. I'm like, no laptop and all the cool
But-
snazzy stuff.
I'm thinking if the light comes on again and my office is vindicated, then I might have to go get a second opinion.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I will go down to Perfection Auto Works, because they do second opinions.
Yes.
It's one of the things he talks about.
In his commercials.
Along with your 26-point free inspection, if you just you just need a second opinion, you want somebody to double check the answers you're getting from somewhere else, even if it happens to be the dealership of the vehicle. I mean, don't get me wrong. I trust these guys down at the place. They're pretty nice, but I might have to get that second opinion. So I'm gonna go down to Perfection Auto Works, and you should too. Listen to their ad that's coming up right now on the Computer Guru Show. Give us a call, 790-2040. We'll be right back.
Computer troubles? Need some advice? Call in now. Mike Swanson will be back after these messages. The Computer Guru Show, AM 1030, KVOY, The Voice. Your technology guru, Mike Swanson, is answering all your questions one by one.
Yes, science!
So chime in with yours. The website is gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. Give us a call, 790-2040, if you'd like to get some free tech support for the week. It's free.
Yeah.
You just ask a question, you get an answer. That's how it works.
Free.
Free. All right. So, the internet. There's interesting things that happen on the internet.
Yes.
And there's sort of there's a hive mind, a collectiveness that is interesting. Mm-hmm. And there are moments where it sort of stands out a little bit. Let's see. Kent, I got questions for you. So you're going to have to, chew.
Go for it.
All right. Berenstain Bears. Have you heard about this? Have you heard about the Berenstain Bears conspiracy?
I have not.
Okay. So, have you?
The conspiracy? No.
Yes. There's a bit of a conspiracy.
I have heard of the Berenstain Bears, though. I used to read them all the time as a kid.
Me too.
Okay.
That's it.
So, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How is the word Berenstain spelled?
Kind of like Berenstein.
Bearstein?
Yeah.
Bearstein.
And so, apparently, you,
Ding, 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 or no?
myself, and just about everybody else this is supposed to be some type of evidence of an alternate reality or a fork in time. Because everyone seems to remember it spelled that way. But it's spelled Berenstein
Mm-hmm.
instead of EIN.
Huh.
Everybody remembers it Bearstein. Most people, anyway.
I remember it, the Baron part, but the end part I was not aware of, actually.
So it's Stain.
Right.
Instead of Steen. And so there seems to have been this sort of awakening of a sort of the global consciousness about the spelling of this.
Okay.
Of the way that the Berenstain Bears are spelled. And everyone seems to remember it spelled Stein, but it's not. And when you go and you look at if you go and do a Google image search to find covers of the books, of course it's spelled Stain.
Wow.
And people are like, well, I just don't feel right about this. It's like my whole life was a lie.
Well, it was always pronounced Berenstain, so I guess that makes sense, but...
Yeah, but it's one of these things where there's...
it's like something changed in the Matrix.
Right, there was a glitch in the
Matrix.
So this is actually started by a guy who has a website that's devoted to conspiracy theories, UFOs and Loch Ness Monster and all of this stuff.
The fun stuff.
And it actually wasn't him that did it. It was a commenter on one of his posts that said, well, you should look into the Berenstain Bears because it is so weird that everyone remembers it spelled one way. I mean, literally everybody I've asked about this remembers it spelled Stein, and they can see it in their brain, right? Because most of us as kids, I mean, I don't know about any of the younger generation, but at least in our generation, I mean, everybody read the Berenstain Bears,
right?
And so there's all kinds of ideas that that something changed in our timeline, and there's actually a word for it, and I unfortunately I don't have it off the top of my head right now, but there's this theory that there are things that change, small elements of your life that change depending on other events in the world. Like somebody will go to work and their office is on a different floor of a building. Or, it's just a small thing that you may not necessarily notice. You think, well, I could have sworn it was one way.
Right.
But now it's different. So, but, whatever. Life goes on. And this is sort of one of those ideas is that the Berenstain Bears was actually always spelled Stein back in, when we were kids, but something changed and now it's spelled differently. And it's just one of those little things that change, like a digital error. Now, this also lends to this other theory that, and it's very popular right now, is that our existence, let's harken back to the Matrix for a moment, that our entire existence is actually a simulation that we live in, that's running on like some supercomputer.
Well, they need to step it up. That's all I need to say.
So and scientists have shown that, or said that they have found evidence to support the fact that we are living in some type of a digital simulation. Now, it's not conclusive evidence of any type, but they say that there is some evidence to show that it's entirely possible that our entire existence is within some type of a simulation. And
Are you trying to break my brain today? Is that what you're trying to accomplish?
no, but it's a very interesting article to read. And there's all kinds of threads about this particular subject, about that we don't exist, right? We exist solely within a computer, a program that's running. And that's why, as an example, we can't conclusively prove or disprove the Big Bang, which would have been the power on event.
Right.
There's all kinds of craziness about how it can correlate to a digital world in which we live.
I love this kind of stuff, though.
It is pretty interesting.
It is.
So we'll have to put a bunch of notes in there.
Yeah.
Different stories that show how we don't actually exist.
This might have to turn into an entire article, not just some show notes.
Well, and one of the things that we're talking about as far as the multiverse theory, right, is that the simulation has been run multiple times on this computer.
Okay.
Right? And it starts from beginning to end, and it's just running. But there's artifacts left over from the previous runs, which is why you end up with the multiverse theories, because you can still find some of those other executions in memory.
There's actually like a webcomic that I read once, and it's a video game based one, but it shows the main character in this video game comes to a merchant, kills the merchant, takes all his stuff, and then resets the game, and he comes back to the merchant, and the merchant's like, do I know that guy?
Yeah.
I swear I know that guy, but I don't know where from.
And it's also one of they say that they can tie together many of the world's religions because of this particular simulation and the way that it runs. And
It's just too bizarre.
it's very interesting to read. It's effectively science fiction.
I'm looking at the Berenstain Bears right now, and I'm just like tripping out still. So
that it's spelled the way that you didn't think it was.
yeah, I knew the first half, but the second half, it's throwing me for a loop. Mind blown.
That's right. Anyway, so we'll definitely have to dedicate some writing to show how we probably live in a simulation. And I think that's a neat idea. And it's one of the things I loved about the Matrix movie itself. The first one was that there was
The only good one.
there was a plausibility to it, to go, well, what if we do live in a simulation? We have no way of knowing that.
Oh yeah, I ran around. There is no spoon like, for a week.
So there's a lot of very interesting, and we're talking about like legitimate scientific giants that are talking about, well, maybe we do live in a simulation.
This is going to turn into a whole other show. Do you
Now-
realize that?
Now, one of the things that, and this is the one that I have the most problem with, is that there were taking some pictures of deep space,
Okay.
like with the Hubble and such.
Right.
And they're saying that some of those photos are some of the proof that there's digital artifacts that they're seeing out on the edges of the universe.
So when my Sims character takes a picture, can it see me through the screen? Is it,
But
do I look like a galaxy far away?
Here's the problem with the whole taking a picture of the edge of the universe and seeing digital artifacts. You're using a digital camera, dorks.
Right.
Right? So, I mean, if we're talking about an analog camera, right? They went up there with some film, stuck it into Hubble, did super long exposure at like ISO 1, and then saw digital artifacts. Yeah, we could have a conversation about that. But it's similar to one of the other things that's been sort of taking the internet by storm over the last few weeks, which is these pictures, specifically of lightning usually, where there's some crazy light effect that happens in the picture, right? But it's an electromagnetic pulse and a digital camera,
Right.
and you get weirdness when that happens. So you can't go claiming that there's some crazy ray of light happening when it's obviously some type of a digital problem. So
It's faster than a ray of light.
so I want what I'm really interested to see is, you know, where this research goes. And they're trying to explain things like deja vu and some other craziness with this weird simulation.
It's so bizarre. Yeah, I can't think about it. It's just going to make my brain
You're going to
hurt.
have your brain meltdown? All
yeah,
right, so
not today.
we will allow your brain to rest because
I got stuff to do.
We will take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk about stuff that's less hard on the brain. 790-2040. We'll be right back.
Your computer guru, Mike Swanson, is here to help you tame that beast of a machine. Join the chat right now at gurushow.com or call in. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOY, The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOI, The Voice.
So here we are coming back from break, and Tara just blurts out, I don't like the new Google logo. I just don't like it. And I'm like, why? It bothers me. What?
It does. It's sans serif, and I don't know. It looks like an imposter website to me. Like somebody tried to do the Google logo but did the wrong font. Because they've been serif since their inception. They've changed their logo multiple times, but they've always had serif. Now they have sans serif. And by the way, for people who don't know what I'm talking about, the lines on the ends of the letters. Now they're just in the sans serif font, and I don't like it. No, sir, not at all. I understand why they did it, because it actually takes up less memory by a lot.
By a whole lot.
A lot, yeah. So, and it's made with vector circles as opposed to all the different lines and angles. So I get it. I just don't like it. It feels fake.
Does it feel fake?
It does feel fake.
All right, you got to weigh in on this.
Well, it is a simulation.
All right, yeah.
I have been told.
You know, I kind of like the new logo.
Just saying.
I like it. I think it's clean.
It is clean, but I don't know. I guess because it's different than what they have done for many years past.
So are you just resistant to change? Is that what's going on here?
When it comes to logos, yes, because I don't usually like when anybody changes their logo. I really don't. Especially if it's a logo that's very well known, and Google is probably one of the most well-known logos in the world.
See, that was sort of the problem with the Berenstain Bears. Right? It's,
There you go.
How do they do that, do you think? Do you think they have a contest within Google to say, hey, submit your new logo
Probably.
thoughts or whatever, and then they have a contest? Or
I have no idea.
I don't know. Just thinking.
I even wrote about it, though. That's how angry I was.
You were that angry.
I was so angry I actually wrote an article about it.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just, they put out a video about it and everything. I don't know. It's patronizing. I didn't.
The evolution of Google
Yeah.
is actually a cool video.
It is, but I mean, look, if you look at their logo throughout the years, it's always been serif. And now it's sans serif.
I'm sorry to
And
hear
I
that.
just don't care for it. I don't know. It's just me. I'm particular about these things.
Yeah.
But, you know me.
Don't be a pain in the butt. Okay.
I'm artsy and stuff.
All right. What else we got on the list here?
A lot of stuff.
I have no internet
What do you want to talk about?
because I'm at KVOI.
We have a lot of stuff. What would you like to speak of? How about Office 2016?
No. How about 3D printers?
Okay.
3D printers I like. All right. So from a photo of the TSA master keys
Yes.
that somehow made it onto the internet,
Yeah.
lock pickers have printed 3D on their 3D printers master keys for TSA locks.
Yes.
So they can just sort of open your luggage.
And this is the kind of stuff that people were worried about with 3D printing.
What they should be worried about is making us have to put TSA locks on our luggage.
Yeah, exactly.
If those didn't exist, there wouldn't be a problem here.
Well,
How about you not get into my luggage, TSA?
yeah, that's true.
How about you not steal my laptop out of Chicago O'Hare, out of my luggage?
why
You
was
jerks.
were
Wait,
pictures
I almost
available?
got ranty there for a second.
Yeah, I know.
You tell them, boy.
They stole my laptop out of O'Hare.
It's been known to happen.
I just don't understand why there were pictures available of the keys anyway.
Because somebody's an idiot.
It was the CAD files and they were on GitHub.
Still, somebody's an idiot.
Well,
Anyway, hold on. I'm going back to O'Hare here. I'm like, first of all, why would you stick a, hey, just so you know, friendly TSA agent opened your luggage, and then why would they put that into my bag and then not put the laptop back in too? I mean, come on.
I don't know what to tell you.
Got all angry about it because when I got to Tucson, I'm like, oh, okay, I get my luggage, I go out to the car. I'm like, oh, I need to send an email. And I go to get into my luggage, no laptop.
Oh, that's not cool.
And so I about lost my mind.
Well,
and
this
then of course you can't go and complain, right? Because the minute you raise your voice to a TSA person,
Click, click.
they're like, how would you like to be arrested and placed on the no-fly list?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, I just want my laptop back.
This, among many reasons, is why I don't fly.
Stupid TSA. All right, let's talk to Mark. Hello, Mark. How you doing?
Yeah, as a guy who has well over 3,000 hours as pilot command in the Air Force, I don't fly anymore just because of the hassle. And I thought I remembered a story of a guy who was a radio talk show host who was like in the blow chamber or whatever where they check you for explosives, and he could see the guy stealing his stuff, and they wouldn't stop it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they live by their own set of rules over there.
Anyway,
How can I help you?
my question is Facebook and hashtags. People are telling me I should be putting hashtags in, and I haven't been to hashtag school yet. I got
Well, you're nodding your head over here, Ter. Why would you say to put hashtags in?
Facebook has they've gone the Twitter route, and you can put hashtags in your posts. If you're trying to promote something, hashtags are a good idea because then they are sorted into
Well, they're
a
searchable.
searchable
Right.
type of system. So if you put, got my new car washed, hashtag Mr. Car Wash or something, then if somebody searches for Mr. Car Wash, they'll see your post.
Right. So you can tag a particular post with a hashtag so that it's searchable or trendable at that point.
Correct.
right. Does it need to be in the leading?
No,
spot
it doesn't have to
in
be.
your-
It doesn't matter where it's at, but you can't put
Oh, it
spaces in
doesn't
it.
matter where it's at.
No
No.
spaces or special characters. So you gotta
Oh.
if your hashtag is 2 words, you're just running them together.
Okay, so you run it together, and is there a space? There's no space before the hashtag symbol either, right?
Well, you can put before the hashtag, yes.
No. I'm sorry. Between the hashtag and your
No.
hashtag, so it goes hashtag symbol, and no spaces or other unusual characters.
Yeah, you
Correct.
can use one like I do, which is pound hashtag suck.
Right. Well, no, I'm going to try this because it's really important for us because we're going to do the vote yes on Prop 201.
Right.
There you go. So
you
you would
want
do
a
a hashtag
You
Right.
could do a whole
vote
bunch.
yes.
And you can
on
have
201.
several hashtags. So you could do like hashtags no speed camera, hashtag
bonds, hashtag
vote
Tucson,
no 201, hashtag stupid cameras, hashtag suck.
Right.
and then anybody searching for any of those terms would be able to see your post.
And now,
Right. And then how do you search? Is it just in the regular search bar of
Yes.
your web browser?
No, on Facebook, there's a search
You're
bar
in
at the top.
Facebook, and then like you're searching for friends, you can search for the hashtag.
Right.
And do you put the hashtag symbol say that I'm searching for a hashtag?
well, it's not necessary, but it's helpful.
You can
Right.
also just put the term.
Okay,
So
good,
somebody
good.
could
We'll
just
try and
be-
find it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was trying to find people, but that wasn't their name, and it would just never return me anything like people from Minnesota or something. And
Right.
it wouldn't if I search
Well,
on
first of all,
Minnesota,
the hashtag has to exist in some tangible form.
Mm-hmm.
So there has
Right.
to be enough of them for it to quote trend, for it to become a searchable
okay.
term at that point.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of interesting too.
It's a feedback loop.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
you'd want to do is decide on a hashtag, and everybody would use that hashtag who's involved.
Right. I don't know that. And
If you really want a crash course on hashtags, you head over to Twitter and type in a couple of different hashtags. Or there's a Google search where the world's craziest hashtags, and
okay.
you can check those out, and you kind of get an idea for how it works. Twitter sort of set the bar on this, and Facebook just adopted it.
Right. I mean, I had it kind of figured on Twitter, but and I've searched for it on Twitter and that because it's hard to find things in Twitter because there's just so many. And it's
That's
fast.
why hashtags exist, right?
That's
Because you
why they
can't
exist,
find
right.
anything on Twitter.
Right. It's like finding something on your desk, or at least my desk. How far down the pile of papers do I go?
That's right. Well, I got to take another call here, Mark, but
All
thank
right,
you very
see
much
you
for the
then.
call.
Bye.
All right, let's talk to Ingrid. Hello, Ingrid.
Hi. First of all, I'd like to thank the Arizona Computer Guru Company for the wonderful assistance that I was given by one of your employees a few days ago for the benefit of a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization. He was extremely patient. And I want to thank you for that. That was really very nice. There was no money in it for you whatsoever. And also, if you don't mind, can we go back for a moment to the serif versus sans serif? I think I know what you mean about being annoyed. It's sort of like somebody changing the style and color of his hair and having some cosmetic surgery done on the face so that there's a very different physical aspect. And it's hard to deal with that person because they don't fit in anymore with what is registered in your brain.
Okay.
I agree.
I can see that.
It's like Uncanny Valley.
Exactly. And I think a lot of us could appreciate what you were talking about. Thank you very much for an interesting program.
Thank you, Ingrid. I appreciate the call. I'm sad to say that there was no money in it for me, but I'm glad we
Hey,
helped.
you got to
I'm glad
help.
we helped.
Helping is good.
Helping is great, and that's why we do it, and that's why we allow that to happen at Computer Guru. You call up, we can help you out for free. Sometimes they get in trouble if they do too often, though. 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. We'll be right back.
Whether you're dealing with hardware installation or, heaven forbid, a virus, Mike Swanson is answering all your questions one by one. So call in or chat in with yours. The website, gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030 KVOY The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show.
All right, so in the interest of time here, we're going to bring JP on. JP apparently wants to know what Uncanny Valley means.
Yeah? Michael?
Yes.
Yeah, I listen to the show usually every week doing inside chores, and today I happened to be out in the garden, and I came in the door just as your previous caller before the break was saying something, and she said, Uncanny Valley, and I heard everybody there say, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And one, I've never heard that in usage before yesterday when I was reading a book of, trashy combat stuff where this patrol was going up a trail, and they used the phrase Uncanny Valley, and the description of the area was, things are weird, the birds ain't singing like they should be, sort of thing.
Okay.
So is that hook up with what your previous caller was talking about?
Tangentially, yes. Uncanny Valley, in the sense that we're using it, is along the lines of when you watch. Do you remember The Scorpion King?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and that terrible movie And what made it terrible was the CGI that sort of looked like the Rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Wasn't really.
And so the reason that stands out in your mind, the reason that just is a giant sore in your mind's eye, is because it looks enough like it to sort of go, I know where you're going with this, but it's not right. And there's all kinds of examples. This is why a lot of cartoons won't draw hands properly. All right?
Okay. So uncanny in the sense of there's something not quite right about what's going on here.
Yes.
Okay.
And this one Tara loves this subject.
And what was the origin? I mean, who brought it into usage? I've never heard it before. I read it yesterday.
It was first used in a book called Robots, Fact, Fiction, and Prediction in 1978. So it's usually used for robotics because people try to make robots look like humans.
Got it, yeah.
But there's something not quite right, and it's unsettling to us physically.
Yeah. Okay.
That's also the reason that people can tell twins apart, actually, identical twins.
Because they don't act exactly alike.
Right,
no
because there's something just not right about that person. Right, because you're used to the way that their mannerisms and behaviors, and the way that even in the way that people breathe, right? And you pick up on these subtleties, and it's the same type of event that's happening in your brain that goes, nope, that's not right.
Okay, well, I hope that was the kind of dumb question to help other people who didn't want to ask.
Those are my favorite kind of dumb questions, so I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I didn't think it was a dumb question.
It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't a dumb question. There are no dumb questions.
No. It was smart.
Well, actually, there are some dumb questions, but most people, only I asked those. I'm the one asking the dumb questions, but no, not them.
Usually it's me too. I'm not asking very good questions half the time.
So guess what we've done over at Computer Guru?
What?
We've changed a bunch of rates.
Have?
Yep.
Amazing.
All right, so GPS, Guru Protection Services.
Okay.
Used to be $29 a month.
Right.
$19.
Ooh.
Forever.
Hey, that's a good deal.
Yeah. So
especially with all the stuff you get with it.
Yep. We're just gonna make it $20. Right?
Good deal.
Because I don't like the whole extra syllables.
Yeah.
All right. So $20. Yep. And anybody who is currently signed up with GPS will see that reflected in their next bill. We're going to reduce everybody's rates.
Nice.
Because that's just how cool we are. You know what you get with GPS? You get corporate level endpoint security. Mm-hmm. All right. So it means it's a very nice antivirus. You get anti-spyware included. You get daily monitoring for threats and all kinds of other stuff where there's a little piece of software on there that's looking for bad stuff, and it reports back if it's experiencing a failure, if there's some type of just gnarliness happening on your computer, you're out of RAM, you ran out of hard drive space, the drive is failing, all kinds of things it's looking for.
Right.
It's not looking at any of your stuff, of course.
Well, no.
But it's looking for failures or potential failures. It's making sure your backups are running. It's making sure all of these things are happening. You also get online backup. So for $20 a month, not a bad deal.
No, not at all.
You should call 304-8300. Talk to them about it. Say, hey, I'm interested in GPS. Tell me about it. And they will tell you all the skinny. They'll give it to you.
Or you could go to the website.
There's also a corporate version of this. Mm-hmm. There's a corporate version. And the corporate version is $40 per machine per month. You get a bunch of extra features, including free on-site labor, effectively unlimited labor for covered machines, or $80 a server. Also, that's the new lower rate. So if you're already signed up for it, you will see your savings in your next invoice.
Nice.
But everything that could possibly go wrong with your computer is being looked for.
And that's great for business.
Yep. And also, one of the beautiful things about that is if you're a business and you don't want your IT costs to go out of control one month because of a problem, when you're signed up for the GPS Pro version, you know exactly how much your IT costs are going to be, your labor costs for the entire year, because it's always the same rate. You get charged nothing extra for more labor. You're just paying a flat rate for protection for each month.
And that's helpful financially, and because if you're running a business, you can't stop your business just because your computers are not working correctly.
That's correct.
you got to keep going.
Got to go.
So
Just like we have to go here pretty soon. So we're going to mention our sponsors. First one being Perfection Auto Works. And Mike Emery, thank you very much for supporting the show. You can show your appreciation to them by giving them a call and having them help you out with your vehicle. Ask them a question, get a 26-point inspection if you're buying a new one. Give them a call.
yeah, they're at 520-323-8650.
Excellent. And also, who's in
Patreon.com.
Patreon? Is it Patreon where people can help us? I think it is. Patreon.com/Guru Show, where you have the opportunity to donate to the show, to say, I think that this program is useful and interesting and somewhat stupid, so I'm going to give you $1 a month or more.
Or more.
Or more. If you give more, you get mentioned on the show.
Yeah.
Much like
Desert Pro Commercial Cleaning, LLC, where we don't cut corners, we clean corners. You can find them at their website. It's TucsonDesertPro.com.
Yes, and they also do commercial cleaning.
Yes, they
do.
do.
They actually do the cleaning for the East Side location over at 64 North Harrison.
And they did an excellent job.
It was beautiful. It was awesome. It was wonderful.
I was very impressed.
So you can visit us at any one of our locations. Give us a call, 304-8300. Phone rings at all three locations when you do that. So you can, if you happen to be on the east side, though, go check out the east side location, 64 North Harrison, Broadway and Harrison. We're open today until 5 o'clock, and we'll be happy to help you out with any of your
Tech needs.
issues.
Yeah.
Right? You know, we give advice, too, but we don't really like to. But, you know, we'll fix your computer.
There you go.
We'll fix up that network you have. We'll build you a new website. We do all of those things.
Yes, you do.
Look at Harry. We're kind of fixing his website.
Look, he's over there nodding his head
yeah.
very emphatically.
That's right. With the music even. There we go. So thank you very much for listening to the Computer Guru Show this week. We very much appreciate it, and we will see you next week.